Transformations of functions. This is an absolutely huge topic that is often covered over the course of a few months in pre-calculus. So this will just be a whirlwind tour just to remind you about it. But again, if this is all brand new information, it probably means that you need to go back to pre-calculus and study this in more depth. So, first of all, the big idea is that anything that we're doing inside a function will change the function horizontally, whereas anything that we do outside of a function, either multiplying it on the outside or adding it on the outside, all this changes the function vertically. So in other words, do something algebraic to the input of the function, it changes it horizontally. Do something to the output of a function, it changes it vertically. So for example, if I have f of x plus 5, that moves the function, that moves the picture 5 up. And if I subtract on the outside, that moves the picture down. Whereas if I add inside, f of x plus 4, this actually moves the function 4 to the left. And if I subtract on the inside, f of x minus 3, this moves it 3 to the right. If I multiply on the outside, so for example, 2 times f of x, what that does is it takes an ordinary function and stretches it up. It performs what is called a vertical stretch. And if I divide the function on the outside, so 1/7 f of x, what that is a vertical shrink. It shrinks it down. Now remember, because things are not what you expect when you do it on the inside, when we multiply on the inside, this produces a horizontal shrink. Multiplying produces a horizontal shrink. Whereas if we divide on the inside, f of x over 6, what this is a horizontal stretch. And again, it takes time to plug in numbers and figure out why it is that things are opposite on the inside of what they should be. Finally, there's what happens if we toss in a negative sign. If we toss in a negative sign on the outside, that has the effect of taking the function and flipping it over the x-axis. So this is a reflection over the x-axis. Whereas if I put a negative sign on the inside of a function, what this does is it takes the function and it flips it over the y-axis. So reflect over the y-axis. And again, if you compare these to the algebraic formulations for the rules of even and odd symmetry and see what happens when you reflect over x and reflect over y, it will probably make a lot of sense. So again, this is just a whirlwind review of transformations of functions. And if any of this is perfectly new to you, it means that you need to spend more time going over the pre-calculus material before you're really ready to use this in calculus.